Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York. New York Times World News.
May 29, 5 o'clock America, New York. A cafe in Philippines is devoted to Duterte's drug war victims. Served along with the lattes are personal stories from the staff, who are relatives of those who died in some of the thousands of extrajudicial killings in the Philippines. Customers of Silingan Coffee and relatives of Silingan staff outside the coffee shop in Quezon City, the Philippines.
New York Times World News.
May 29, 4:56 America, New York. Plane goes missing in Nepal with 22 aboard. A search was underway Sunday for the Terra airplane, which was headed for a popular Himalayan destination when air traffic controllers lost contact with it. Near Pokhara, the city in central Nepal from which the plane that went missing Sunday took off.
BBC News World. May 29, 4:12 America, New York. Liverpool v Real Madrid. Riot police clash with football fans in Madrid. Baton-wielding riot police ran into crowds after glass bottles were thrown at them in the Spanish capital.
Mirror World News.
May 29, 3:48 America, New York. Passenger plane vanishes moments after takeoff as fate of 22 people on board unknown. A search has now been launched after the Terra Air flight lost contact as it flew over Nepalese mountains.
Fox World News. May 29, 3:32 America, New York. Germany, France call on Putin to hold serious negotiations with Ukrainian President Zelenskyy. France and Germany urged Russian President Vladimir Putin to have serious direct negotiations with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy during a phone call.
Mirror World News.
May 29, 3:25 America, New York. Incest dad exposed by diary saying baby with daughter will be half demon. Stephen Pladel from North Carolina started an incestuous relationship with his biological daughter Katie Fusco, which devastated the entire family and ended in tragedy.
BBC News World.
May 29, 3:18 America, New York. Champions League Final. I have asthma and was tear-gassed twice. Liverpool fan. French police fired tear gas at Liverpool supporters as they queued to enter the stadium in Paris.
Fox World News.
May 29, 3:13 America, New York. U.S.-supplied howitzers have reached Ukraine military, amid ongoing war with Russia, Defense Minister. Ukraine's Defense Minister Alexei Reznikov said his country has received new weapons from the U.S., the U.K., and France to aid in their war with Russia, including the 155 mm howitzers. Washington Post World.
May 29, 3:05 America, New York. Russia-Ukraine war live updates. Russia squeezes Luhansk in indescribably difficult battles, Zelenskyy says. Ukraine reports extensive destruction in eastern city of Severodonetsk. Russia claims it has control of Lyman.
BBC News World.
May 29, 3:03 America, New York. Frankie Zapata, French jetpack inventor injured in lake crash. Frankie Zapata was injured after his jetpack, called a flyboard, crashed into a lake in Biscarrosse.
New York Times World News.
May 29, 3 o'clock America, New York. Can I stop isolating if I'm still testing positive for the virus? Some people may test positive for the coronavirus for 10 days or longer, but interpreting those results remains difficult, experts said. Rapid antigen tests have become useful tools for flagging people carrying high levels of the virus, but they are not perfect predictors of infectiousness.
Mirror World News.
May 29, 2:58 America, New York. Vladimir Putin looks weak, but it could be a smart move, says body language expert. Russian President Vladimir Putin was once feared around the world as a bear-fighting macho man, but now the Kremlin's top man looks a shadow of his former self as he appears weak and frail in public appearances.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
May 29, 2:26 America, New York. French police were heavy-handed with absolutely zero tolerance, says Sky Sports News chief reporter. Liverpool FC has requested a formal investigation after violence was used against its fans before the Champions League final against Real Madrid in Paris. Liverpool fans at the Stade de France.
Washington Post World.
May 29, 2:10 America, New York. Plane with 22 people on board missing in Nepal's mountains. A police official says a small airplane with 22 people on board flying on a popular tourist route is missing in Nepal's mountains.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
May 29, 2:01 America, New York, plane with 22 people on board goes missing in Nepal. A plane with 22 people on board has gone missing in Nepal's mountains, according to airline and government officials.
Fox World News.
May 28, 23:31 America, New York, church fair stampede in Nigeria leaves 31 dead, police say. A stampede at a church event in Nigeria on Saturday left 31 people dead, including a pregnant woman and several children, and at least 7 people were injured.
RT World News.
May 28, 22:33 America, New York, China signs new Pacific deal. Samoa will cooperate with China on projects yet to be determined. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi has concluded his visit to Samoa on Saturday, after holding a series of talks with top officials on issues of mutual interest and concern, and signing a bilateral agreement on economic and technical cooperation.
Washington Post World.
May 28, 2200 America, New York, 25 missing after ferry sinks in Indonesia. Rescuers in Indonesia are searching for 25 people who are missing after a ferry sank in the Makassar Strait in central Sulawesi province.
WorldCBSNews.com.
May 28, 2111 America, New York. Russian forces claim to have captured key Ukrainian city as European leaders call for ceasefire. Russian forces continue their assault on the eastern part of Ukraine. 3 months into the invasion. Deborah Patta takes a look at the destruction left behind.
WorldCBSNews.com.
May 28, 2107 America, New York, CBS Weekend News, headlines for Saturday, May 28, 2022. Here's a look at the top stories making headlines on the CBS Weekend News with Adriana Diaz.
RT World News.
May 28, 2001 America, New York. Life without parole ruled too cruel for mass murderers. Canada's Supreme Court has ruled that sentences without a chance of parole are too harsh, even in most heinous cases.